Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Library Marketing Show. I'm Angela Hursh from superlibrarymarketing.com, the website that has lots of tips to help you with whatever promotions you need to do for your library. Head there, click on the Library Marketing Show tab to suggest a topic for a future episode or to nominate your library or another library for Kudos. We'll be doing Kudos later in this episode. First, I've got more things to talk about in terms of Twitter. And in fact, there is a lot of discussion online, not just by libraries, but by many different industries. Do we keep our Twitter account in light of the turmoil happening at the company? I have a few things for you to consider. Every library making this decision is going to come to a different conclusion, one that is best for their staff and their community. But here are some things to think about as you're working through whether to stay on Twitter or whether to jump ship. Number one consideration should be, is the target audience that you are trying to reach on Twitter? To figure that out, you're going to need to maybe set down a couple of goals for the upcoming couple of months, maybe the next year. What is it you're looking to accomplish? Who is the target audience that you are trying or that you are going to need to reach in order to reach those goals? And then you're going to look at your library's Twitter insights to figure out if that target audience is using the platform. If they are, that might be a reason to stay on Twitter. If not, that might be a reason to not stay on Twitter. One thing I want to point out is there's a misconception that young people don't use Twitter. I have two daughters. One is 18, one is 22. They are both active, heavy Twitter users. So they are seeing content from the library and from other accounts on Twitter. I just want to throw that out there, something for you to keep in mind. The other audience that's on Twitter that might not be in your specific target audience, but that you might want to think about is journalists. Journalists use Twitter to find information about organizations like your library. There's a very smart PR specialist who told me at a conference that it's important for organizations to be posting regularly to Twitter anytime they have something coming up that's going to be newsworthy. So if your library has an issue on the ballot, or you're renovating a new branch, or you're getting ready to launch a big new service, or you have anything that is newsworthy, you may want to stay on Twitter because that's a place where journalists are going to connect with you to give you news coverage. If you decide to stay on Twitter, I think the way to go with content is to be educating your community and informing your community, not necessarily promoting your library. I'm going to talk more about this in an upcoming blog post that's part of my social media guide for libraries for 2023. I'm going to do Twitter last because I'm trying to wait to see how things settle down, if at all, with the platform. So that's going to be in the latter part of December. But for now, that's the content that you can focus on. If you decide to go, I actually don't recommend that you deactivate your account entirely. I recommend that you put a pinned tweet at the top of your account that says, we're no longer posting on Twitter. You can find us here, and include a link to your email newsletter. Build your email list if you decide to go, because you get to control the message with your email. So those are my thoughts. Those are the things I've been thinking about as I've been watching the conversation on Twitter. What do you think? Are there other considerations that you think your library or other libraries should take into account when they're deciding whether to stay on Twitter in 2023? Let's talk about it. Let me know down in the comments. If you're watching this on YouTube, click the big old subscribe button. If you're watching on LinkedIn, follow me. You're going to get notifications when I post these videos. And you can also nominate a library for Kudos in the comments. Today's Kudos is going to go to the Brooklyn Public Library. I had the chance to listen to them, part of their marketing department, talk at the recent Library Marketing and Communications Conference. And then I noticed that they are celebrating their 125th anniversary, and they had a really cool piece published in Brooklyn Magazine about the library's most borrowed titles of all time. It's fun to read. I think it'll be fun for their community, and it is a great way to get press for their library and for their 125th anniversary. So kudos to Brooklyn and congratulations on your anniversary. That's all I have for this time. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.